Welcome back, everyone, to Unit 1 Introduction to Storytelling. The essential question we are looking at in this unit is why do we tell stories? This lesson will take a look at fables, our first genre of literature. To begin, we want to learn what is a fable. Well, fables are short stories intended to teach a lesson. Often plants, animals, and forces of nature speak and act like human beings. Fables are believed to come from India. However, Aesop, a Greek slave, is most known for the fables heard today. For instance, the ant and the grasshopper, and the lion and the wolf. Fables are an early form of storytelling, which teach lessons in an entertaining way. They're also passed down from generation to generation. As you remember, last week we looked at why we tell stories, and these were three of the reasons: to teach, to entertain, and to pass down from generation to generation when there were no way to write things down. Let's look at some characteristics of fables. Animals are usually the main character. The plot and the characters are very simple. The stories teach a moral or a lesson. What is the theme? We'll look more at that later. Settings is common and they're not specific. The author uses personification. Let's break these things down a bit more. So animals as characters. When you see the animal a lion in a fable, that typically means that they have strength or a big ego. Donkeys are usually seen as dumb or stupid characters in fables. Just think about the donkey in the movie Shrek. How smart is he? Not so much. Foxes are usually seen as sly, sneaky characters in fables. Hawks are typically tyrannical and using power in a cruel way. Wolves are usually greedy and dishonest characters in fables. Flies are typically wise and smart. Hens are usually conceited characters. And lambs are seen as shy characters in fables. There will be other animals and forces of nature you see in different fables, but these are the main ones. When you come across new ones, read the story and try to infer what type of characteristic that animal or force of nature has. So, fables are to teach a moral or a lesson. So we want to look at theme here. So what is theme? Theme is the underlying message or lesson the author is trying to show the reader. There are many different types of themes. A few of them are love, betrayal, forgiveness, rich versus poor, and as I said, many, many, many other types of themes. We'll look at more of this later. Personification. Simply put, it's making animals or objects seem like real people with real human feelings and emotions. As we said, the characters of fables are typically animals or forces of nature. So we give them these human characteristics. When we do that, we're personifying them, or we're using personification. When you see personification, think person. Examples of personification are the trees danced back and forth in the wind. Well, can trees really dance? No, they can't. But because they sway when the wind blows, it looks almost as if they're dancing, so we give them a human ability such as dancing. The next example, the delicious smell of cookies pulled me into the kitchen. Okay, can cookies pull you? Do they have arms? Are they human? I don't think so. But the smell of them can pull you into the kitchen. When we say that, we're giving a cookie or the smell of a cookie a human characteristic or a human ability, when really, in fact, they're not human and they can't actually fool you. So let's just look at a very common example of a fable. I'm sure all of you are very, very aware of this example, the hare and the tortoise. So just to quickly go over this fable that I'm sure you all know, this is about a hare and a tortoise, or a rabbit and a turtle. So it begins by the rabbit poking fun at the short feet and the slow pace of the turtle. But the turtle said, "Hey, you know what? You may be fast, but I bet I can beat you in a race." And the rabbit, thinking, "There's no way, I'm much quicker than you," challenged the turtle to a race. So these two decided that they'd have a race, and they asked the fox to set up the location and fix the course. And then they went off for a race. And the rabbit, thinking that there's no way the turtle's going to win, "I'm just going to take a little nap," fell asleep. But the turtle, the entire race, was just walking on and kept going at a slow but a steady, straight pace to the end of the course. All of a sudden, the rabbit wakes up and realizes and sees that the turtle is about to cross the finish line and chases after. But the turtle wins the race. So, what do you think is the moral of this story? As I said, I'm sure you all know this already. Yep, that's right. It's slow but steady wins the race, or don't rush things. As I said, this is a common example, but we'll look more at fables later this week. So, to sum up, fables are short stories. The characters are usually animals, plants, or some force of nature that has human abilities or qualities. They teach us a lesson and can relate to everyone and connect us with other cultures. I hope you enjoyed learning about fables.